Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin wa salatu wa salam ala Rasulullah. We give thanks to Almighty Allah who has made it possible for us to converge here. Inshallah, today we are starting our book Alfiyyah Ibn Malik li Imami Abi Abdullah Al-Jamaluddin Muhammad Ibn Abdullah Ibn Malik rahimahullah. Inshallah, today we are starting from Babu Kalam wa ma yata'allaf minhu. The chapter regards kalam, the chapter regards speech. وَمَا يَتَأَلَّفْ مِنْهُ and its components. Sheikh starts with كَلَامُنَا لَفْظٌ مُفِيدٌ كَاسْتَكِمْ وَاسْمُ وَفِعْلٌ ثُمَّ حَرْفُ الْكَلِمِ. كَلَامُنَا, our speech. لَفْظٌ مُفِيدٌ. لَفْظٌ is an utterance. Mufid, that is meaningful. Here, Sheikh is trying to give us the definition of kalam. Sheikh now says, kalamuna lafzun mufid. Our speech, lafzun mufid, is an utterance that is mufid, that is meaningful. Kastaqim. Sheikh now give example. Istaqim. If I say istaqim, be upright. If I should say istaqim, be upright. That is kalam. That is speech. Because it is lafzun mufid, is meaningful. It has a complete meaning. Istaqim, be upright. Or if I say Muhammadu fil bait, Muhammad is in the house. It's also a kalam because it gives complete meaning. Muhammad is in the house. Or if I say As-samau Sofiya, the sky is clear. It also gives complete meaning. Or if I say Ijlis, sit. Ijlis, sit. It's also a complete meaning. Do you understand? Lafzun mufid. Now, the opposite will be definitely if you have some utterance that is not mufid, that is not kalamu mufid. That utterance will not be referred to as kalam. For example, if I say in comma, if he stand, in comma, if he stand. So this is kalam. This kalam is not mufid. It's not kalamu mufid. It's not complete meaning because in comma, the listener will be expecting something. In comma, what next? In comma, what happened? In comma, do you understand? So this is not kalamu mufid. Now, Sheikh now continue. Wasmun wa fi'lun thumma harful kalim. Wasmun, noun, wa fi'lun, and verb, thumma harfun, and also harfu, particle, kalim, make up a complete speech. Ismun, verb, noun, harfun, and preposition make up a complete speech. Now, example of ism, Muhammad. Muhammad is a noun. Do you understand? If I say example of verb, jalasa, jalasa, jalasa. This example of a verb. But example of aruf, like ala, ila, min, and so on. So those are the example of harufu. Now, Sheikh now say, wasmun wa fi'lun summa haruful kalim. Noun and verb and particle make up a complete speech. Now, Sheikh continue. Wahiduhu kalimatu wa qawlu am wa kalmatu biha kalamu qad yuham. Wahiduhu kalma. A single word is kalma. Wa qawlun am. And qawl is general. Do you understand? Now, for example, wahiduhu, if I say Muhammadu fil bait, Muhammad is in the house. Muhammad is a kalima, it's a word, it's a single word. Fi is also a single word. Bait is also a single word. So Sheikh say wahiduhu kalimatun. A single word is a kalima. This Muhammad is being referred to as kalima. This also refers to as kalima. Bait is also referred to as kalima. Do you understand? Wa qawlu am, our spoken expression, is being referred to as qawl. Do you understand? Or if I say jaha Muhammad, Muhammad arrived. This is qawl. But if I say Jaha is a kalima, Muhammad is also a kalima. But when I join together, Jaha Muhammad, Muhammad arrived. This is qawl. It's a spoken expression. Wa qawlun am. Now, another thing we have to note is that all kalima is referred to as speech in Arabic. All kalima is referred to as speech, but not all speech is referred to as kalima. Do you understand? Now, Sheikh continue. Wa kalimatun biha kalamu qad yuham. Wa kalimatun, a single word, biha kalam, with kalam. A single word, biha kalam, with kalam, qad yuham, may be intended. Now, that is, wa kalimatun biha kalamu qad yuham. Sometimes a single word may be used as speech. For example, if I say, Al tuhibbu qawa, do you like coffee? The listener may reply by saying, Naam, yes. The word Naam is a word, but it's a complete speech. Do you understand? Naam is a complete speech. So, biljari wa tanwini wa nida wa hal wa musnadi lil ithmi tamuyidul hasal wa musnadi lil ithmi tamuyidul hasal. Here, Sheikh is trying to explain to us how to identify a noun. Sheikh says, biljari, we will identify a noun by having jari, kesra, wa tanwin, or having tanwin, dumateni, wa nida, or having arufu nida, ya, should come before that word. Before that word, ya will come before it, rufu nida. Wa hal, or having alif wa lam, hal, article alif wa lam. For example, if I say, fil masjid, in the mosque, this fi is a preposition that gives the ends of a noun kesra. Do you understand? It gives the ends of a noun. It gives it kesra. For example, masjid is a noun. Why? Because fi come before it. So the end will be kesra. Fil masjid. What tanwin? If I say jaha rajulun. Jaha rajulun. This word is a noun because it has dumateni. Wanida. If I say ya Muhammad. This Muhammad is a noun because this rufu nida. This ya come before it. Ya Muhammad. Wahal al-bayt. For example, if I say al-bayt. This bayt is a noun because we have alif and lam that come before it. So al-bayt. Do you understand? Sheikh say, wa musnadin lil ithmi tamuyidul asal. Wa musnadin. When something is attached, it's musnad. When something is attached, lil ithmi, to noun. Tamuyidul hasal. Tamuyidu, it is distinguishing feature. Hasal, that is obtained. That is, wa musnadin lil ismi tamuyidul asal. When something, a noun can be recognized. When something is attached, is predicate to it. A noun will be recognized. When something is predicate to it, for example, if I say, Muhammadun mujtahidun. Muhammad is subject. Mujtahidun is what is predicate to Muhammad. In Arabic we call it Muhammad mubtada, mujtahidun khabarun. Muhammad mubtahid, that is mubtada wa khabar. Now, Sheikh continue. Bita fa'alta wa atat wa yaf'ali wa nuni aqbilana fi'lu yanjali. Here Sheikh is trying to explain to us how to identify a verbs. Sheikh said, bita fa'alta, if verb can be identified with bita fa'alta, with a ta that is at the end of fa'alta, wa atat, a verb can be identified with ta that's at the end of atat, wa yaf'ali, and with ya that's at the end of if'ali. Now, for example, we say fa'alta, fa'alta, you do. Fa'alta, you do. If I say fa'altu, fa'altu, I did. So this term make us identify these words as a verb. Do you understand? And at the same time, say atas, This star make us identify this word as a verb. You can say dorobtu. If I say doroba, he beats. But if I say dorobat, she beats. Do you understand? If I should clean this star, doroba, he beats. But if I put this star again, dorobat, she beats. Do you understand? So this star make us identify these words as a verb. At the same time, ali, this ya make us identify these words as a verb. For example, I say if al, do. If al, do. But if I should introduce ya to it, it will be if ali, do. If al, do. Do you understand? If ali, this one is a feminine. But if I should clean this ya and say if al, do, this one is masculine. Do you understand? Now, Sheikh continue. وَنُونِ أَقْبِلَنَّ فِعْلُ يَنْجَلِ. Now, another thing that will make us identify a word as a verb is having nun at the end. Sheikh say وَنُونِ أَقْبِلَنَّ, and nun that is at the end of أَقْبِلَنَّ فِعْلُ يَنْجَلِ, make it clear that it is a verb. So, if a word come in this pattern and ends with nun, so that word is a verb. Do you understand? وَنُونِ أَقْبِلَنَّ فِعْلُ يَنْجَلِ, and nun that is at the end of أَقْبِلَنَّ, make it clear that it is a verb. Now, Sheikh continue. سِوَاهُمَا أَرْفٌ كَهَلْ وَافِ وَلَمْ فِعْلُ مُضَارِعُ يَلِي لَمْ كَيَشَمْ. Now, siwahuma, apart from those two mentioned above, that is, apart from verbs and noun, siwahuma, apart from them, harufun, the next is harufun. Apart from noun or a verb, the next is harufun. Kahal, like hal. If I say hal, is harufun. Wafi, if I say fi, is harufun. Walam, if I say lam, is also harufun. Do you understand? And something we should know is that particle doesn't function alone. It connects with a noun or a verb. Do you understand? Fi'lu mudari'u yali lam qayasham. Fi'lu mudari'u, present tense verbs follow lam. For example, we have fi'lu madi, fi'lu mudari, and fi'lu amru. Fi'lu madi, past tense verb. For example, we say kataba, he writes. Kataba, he writes. The fi'lu mudari will be aktub or naktub. Fi'lu mudari can come in this form. It can come in alif. It can start with alif. Aktub, I write. Naktub, we write. Yaktub, he writes. Taktub, she writes. Do you understand? So, Sheikh now say fi'lu mudari'u yali lam qayasham. That is, lam always follow fi'lu mudari. Lam cannot follow fi'lu madi nor fi'lu amrun. But lam always follow fi'lu mudari. Sheikh say fi'lu mudari'u yali lam qayasham. Lam qayasham, like yasham, he smell. Yashummu, he smell. Lam yashum, he did not smell. Do you understand? The next we have wamadi al-afu'ali bita midwasim binuni fi'lu amri in amru fuhim. Wamadi al-afu'al, past tense verbs bita midwazim, are marked and recognized with star. Do you understand? That is, if I say, for example, I say the abutu, this star make us recognize this verb as past tense verb. The abtu, I go. Katabta, you read. Katabta, you write. Qara'ati, you read. Do you understand? So this time make us recognize these words as verb. Sheikh say wa madi al-af'al bita midwazim. That is, past tense verb can be recognized with ta, can be identified and recognized with ta at the end. Binuni fi'lu amrin in amru fuhim. Be known, that is with no fi'lu amrun, we can identify fi'lu amrun with nun. In amru fuhim, if we have already understand what fi'lu amru is. If we have already understand what fi'lu amru is, so we can identify fi'lu amrun with nun. For example, if I say ijilisna, this nun make us understand these words as fi'lu amrun. Ijilisna, sit down. When we are referring to many women, ijilisna, sit down. So this nun make us understand these words as fi'lu amrun. She'll continue. Wal amru in lam yakun li numahal fi wa ismuna wa so wa hayyahal. Wal amrun, that is fi'lu amrun. In lam yakun li nun mahal, if there is no space for nun to stay, fihi wal ismu, then it is a noun. Nahwa, like soh wa yahal. Soh be silent. Yahal, hurry up. Now, this place is telling us that we have some words that look like command, but they are not fi'lu amr, they are not command, they are noun. Like soh, if I say soh means silent. Soh, silent. This soh is a noun, it's not a verb, but it looks like a verb. Ayyahal, this ayyahal is a what? It's a noun, it's not a verb, but it looks like a verb. But look at akubilanna. Akubilanna, it suffices no. This one is a verb, but soh, we cannot say sohna. We cannot put no at the end. It's wrong because it's a noun. Do you understand? So Sheikh say wal amrun fi'lu amrun illam yakun li nun mahal. If there is no space for nun to stay, fihi wal ismu, then it is a noun. Nahwa, like soh, like soh, silent. So silent. Wa hayyahal, hurry up. So hurry up, I say hurry up. It looks like a verb, but it's not a verb, it's a noun. Do you understand? So inshallah we will stop here for today. May Allah make this for us. Subhanakallahumma bihamdik wa nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu